Hey everybody, it's Nova B. Today I just wanted to do something a little bit different, something I haven't talked about before on my channel, and that is my lifelong struggle of ADD and a learning disability called dyscalculia. So when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I was diagnosed with ADD, mainly the inattentive type. So I was never really hyperactive. Of course I had my moments, but it was the inattentive type. And it was also pretty clear early on that I had a problem with math. So having dyscalculia is a lot like, it's kind of like dyslexia, but with numbers. And for me, and I never had a problem with learning to read, write, anything with that. Like, I was a above average scoring reader and writer. I was writing stories as soon as I could spell, basically, and I was often getting in trouble for not paying attention during class because I was busy writing in a journal or writing stories when I should be paying attention. I was also that kid who would hide a book in their spelling book, you know, trying to like hide that I was reading a book, which is kind of funny that that was what I would get in trouble for. But like I said, inattentive type. So anyways, I started taking Adderall when I was 10 years old. And that's mainly what I took. So I took Adderall starting at like the age of 10. I tried a couple different things throughout the years. Strattera, Wellbutrin, Concerta, you know, as a teenager, and Adderall was really the only thing that worked for me. And I just remember hating having to take it. Like, I didn't understand what ADD was. You know, I didn't understand my learning disability, and I didn't understand why the medication made me feel the way it did. So early on, I just hated having to take it. I hated how it made me feel. I hated that it took my appetite away. The coming down was awful, you know, taking it twice a day. And I didn't understand why I felt the way I did. I felt like I was going insane at such a young age. So there was the whole medication thing, and then having a learning disability on top of that. Dyscalculia, I feel like, isn't talked about. You know, dyslexia is very well known, but dyscalculia, like, I am so bad with time. I'm chronically late to everything, and it's really embarrassing. I have a really hard time with distances, with simple math problems in my head. I have a hard time learning how to do the math. I'm really slow as far as that goes. And especially as like a kid with a learning disability, I was always falling behind in class, but because I excelled so much in other subjects, teachers had a hard time figuring out like my patterns, I guess. And so because of seemingly not having issues in one subject but failing so miserably on the others, it just seemed like I should have been performing way better than I was. So that was a huge thing. It really like killed my self-confidence because I would study and study and study and try so hard to do well and try so hard to pay attention, and I just couldn't. I couldn't pass tests. Teachers thought I was just being lazy, where really like I was struggling, and like, you know, it was like I wanted to do well, but I just couldn't. So that was really hard. It still affects my confidence and self-confidence to this day. So when I was 28, I tried a new medication called Vyvanse, and I was really nervous to try something new because in the past when I would try to change my medication, it would just mess me up. I would get sick. Nothing but Adderall would help. And Vyvanse was really slow for me. Like, it took a little while to feel the effects, to feel any benefits from it. And overall it was okay, but I still had a hard time with my energy. I have really low energy. And certain medications, like when I would try Adderall XR, it would make me sleep. Like, I would go to sleep, which is a sign of having ADD rather than ADHD. So I tried out Vyvanse, and wasn't really for me, wasn't bad. And then towards the end of 2017, I went to my doctor and I told her, like, you know, I think I need to up my dosage on my Adderall. The crashes are just killing me, and you know, I'm having a hard time feeling energized throughout the day. Like, I need it to last me all day, and Adderall XR makes me fall asleep, or just makes me sleepy. It's very up and down. And she was like, well, there's this brand new medication out, you know, you're one of the first people I would prescribe it to. It's called Mydayis, spelled Mydayis, Mydayis. It's a really strange name, but it's a longer acting ADD medication. It's very similar to Adderall. It's extended release, and overall it lasts about 16 hours of the day. And it would also be one of those medications where when you take it, you know, every day, not only will it last longer, but it will also help until your next dose. You know what I mean? So I started Mydayis. I started, it was the second to the highest dose. It was like 37.5 milligrams. I don't know, it was like 37.5 milligrams, and that was too low. Again, I've been taking the medication my entire life, so I had a feeling it would be too low. So my doctor upped it to the 50 milligrams, I believe it is, shortly, like a month later, and it has worked wonders. I cannot say enough about this medication. I don't have the ups and downs. I don't really feel a come down, and that's great. Adderall, when I would start to come down, I would get very emotional, have mood swings, anger, the appetite suppressing, just like crazy. Like, I would feel out of my mind, and I just thought that's what I had to live with. Like, I thought that's just how I had to live, and I can't function without my medication, so it was what I had to do, you know? And then when I started taking Mydayis, I didn't have to live like that anymore. It was just once in the morning, and it would last me all day. I would feel the effects. There was no hard come down. I wasn't moody or all over the place. Like, it's just been such a game changer, such a blessing. I can't believe I lived that way for so long. So if you are similar to me in any way, and you also take Adderall or a different ADD medication, and you have the same problems I was having, I would highly recommend trying Mydayis. You can get a Mydayis savings plan on their website. Right now I am paying $70 a month copay. It's like close to 80 bucks. But it's worth it. Like, I will never go back to Adderall. I will never go back to living that life of just being miserable and unpredictable and all over the place. I will pay the copay to be able to function and live a more normal life, for sure. I am so glad I found it. And I just feel like not enough people know it exists, or that they have that option, or because of the cost. I definitely want to have more conversations like this, kind of tell a little bit more of my stories, like horror stories with teachers, and why I am the way that I am. And I feel like there's so many other people out there who live with the same thing that I live with, and it's really hard because there's people who say they're ADD, but it's not like really ADD, if that makes sense. Like, it's not, it sucks. Having ADD sucks. Having a learning disability sucks. It's not cute. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've always thought there was a difference between people who say they have ADD and don't suffer. I don't know. I know there's different levels. Everyone's different. Like, I know that, but so definitely let me know down in the comments your thoughts, your opinions, the medications that have helped you or that you did not like. Let me know if you also have things like dyscalculia or other learning disabilities. And I don't know. I just think it's important to talk about, and important to let other people know they're not alone. And I feel like I had something else to say, but you know, I'm ADD, so what was I gonna say again? I'm sad because I can't remember what I was gonna say, and I'm pretty sure it was kind of important and like a detail that I really wanted to share, but thanks, ADD. Love ya. By the way, somehow I fixed my tank so it's not leaking. Sometimes it does, but definitely not enough to piss me off as much as it was before. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know if you like this video, if you're interested in hearing more about this. I'd love to go into more detail, but gotta go back to work. So anyways, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you would like to, and like or comment, and let's talk about things. Okay, have a great day, and